Hey movie fans, this is Chris Bolts, and I'm coming in with some news that, depending upon your point of view, might be good or might be bad. In my view, I think it's bad. But before I do get into the content, do make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on all those post notifications. All that stuff really helps me out. Now, a couple of days ago, or maybe a day ago, forget which one, doesn't really matter, I made a video reacting to the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer, which I said is going to be dumb fun, precisely because I now understand what it is that the studio is looking to do with Johnny Cage, who is being portrayed by Karl Urban. And in that video, I was speaking the praises of Karl Urban Dredd. Let me go ahead and play myself say those things, and then I'll be right back. Let me move myself over here. I was kind of worried about making Karl Urban, who is a really good actor, by the way. I really liked his portrayal of Dredd. Is still one of the most underrated portrayals of a comic book character ever. If you guys haven't seen Dredd, Karl Urban Dredd, pick that one up. If you really want to see a really good comic book movie, pick up Dredd. But that being said, I must agree with myself if I do say so myself. Karl Urban Dredd is one of the best comic book movies ever made, and I wish it had gotten a sequel at the time. And many of us fans have been waiting for a sequel for a very long time. Well, our wish has been granted, though this might be a time where we would probably want to throw that wish back at the genie and curse the genie's name for giving us something that we really didn't ask for. Taika Waititi to direct Judge Dredd movie. Now, this is quite possibly the worst outcome that we can expect for this particular movie. In my view, Taika Waititi is vastly overrated, and he did irreparable damage to Thor. I know many people like to sit here and say that Thor Ragnarok was a great movie. No, it was not. Thor Ragnarok was a travesty. It was the first movie that really changed the character of Thor, belittled Hulk. It made a mockery of one of the best Hulk runs in the Marvel Comics, the World War Hulk story. It race swapped Valkyrie because we can't have any pure blonde hair, blue eyed white people appearing in their own mythology. It has to always be some type of colored person that has to be involved. And then on top of that, the person who played Valkyrie, I think her name was Rebecca Thompson, is sleeping with this guy, Taika Waititi. Then he went in there and finished it off completely with Thor Love and Thunder, which is one of the greatest flops in MCU history. It made a complete joke of the character Thor, and it didn't help the fact that the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they decided to go run along with this. The first Thor is a phenomenal movie. Thor the Dark World, I think we're going to go back and look at that one with a little more reverence after what this man did to Thor in Ragnarok and Love and Thunder. He said a comment that really etched into everyone's mind what he really thinks about our franchises, responding to a fan right here who basically told him that his work destroyed the character of Thor. He responds back, "I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby." And then he follows that up again. "Sorry in advance, sucker." This guy is utterly disrespectful of our storied franchises. Dredd, the movie, Karl Urban Dredd, was great. It completely eclipses Sylvester Stallone's portrayal. Sylvester Stallone's portrayal is campy. Taika Waititi is going to take that and put that campiness and foolishness on steroids. I hope I'm wrong, but I just have this feeling that I am not wrong at all. Even though that they're going to be pulling up Drew Pearce, who's known for Fall Guy and Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Fall Guy starred Ryan Gosling. I heard that movie was okay. I didn't see it myself. I think it lasted in the theaters for 17 days before it went to video on demand. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation is one of the better Mission Impossibles. I don't know if it might be the best one overall, but it's highly regarded by Mission Impossible fans. So this is kind of a 50-50 shot right there. But the guy who's helming the entire thing is this guy, Taika Waititi. At this point, I would much rather just have Dredd stay in the background as a solo one-off than have this guy come in here and touch it. And this goes back to what I said in my Superman review about superhero fatigue in general. People should be more fatigued about this genre than where they really are. And I think it's starting to catch on after the performance of Superman. Superman is doing quite well domestically, but not internationally. And I have my hopes for Fantastic Four diminishes day by day as more and more of that gets put out. Modern Hollywood does not show reverence for these characters the same way we, the fans, do. We, the fans, look at this stuff, we study it, we analyze it, we read it, we treasure it, we debate about it, we think of ways to improve it, we think of really good storylines. None of that happens in modern Hollywood. I would love to be wrong about Taika Waititi when it comes to this particular character, but I am just completely under the impression that we are not going to be getting the Taika Waititi that supposedly is known for his first output, Jojo Rabbit, where he won it says right here, Best Adapted Screenplay Oscar. I don't know if that's what we're going to get. I think what we're going to be getting is Thor: Love and Thunder and Thor: Ragnarok. Right as of this moment, it doesn't say anything whether or not if Karl Urban is going to be attached to this. I hope he is. And if he is, I hope he can probably try to use some of his star power to keep Taika Waititi focused on telling a really good story for Judge Dredd. But if he's not involved, man, it's just going to be a crapshoot from there on out. This is what happens when you wish too much on a star, I suppose. But what are your guys' thoughts? What do you guys feel about Taika Waititi coming in here and getting ready to direct a Judge Dredd movie? Jump down in the comments and let me know what you think. And make sure you guys do like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. All that stuff helps me out. And remember, this is Chris Bolt signing off, and I will catch you guys in the next video. You take it easy.